Okay, so my top 5 worst Halloween movies. I figured, I did my top 5 favorite Halloween movies, so why not do the worst? Because honestly, there has been quite a few shitty Halloween movies. So let's get this countdown started. At number 5, technically, I don't hate this movie, I don't dislike this movie. I'm really only putting this on the list because I decided to do a top 5 and I needed something to round it out. But Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, it's one of those situations where, I've said it before, I'll say it again, it's a pretty good horror movie just on its own. I thought it had a creepy plot, just this billionaire guy who is so bored and crazy and whacked that he spends all this money to kill a bunch of kids on Halloween with these masks that he programmed to self-destruct and kill everyone. Holy hell, that's some creepy plot. I will admit that there is some silly moments in here, some wacky moments in here, but really the only reason why it's on this list is because when it comes to the Halloween franchises, it doesn't fit. There's no Michael Myers, and it's not like Michael Myers really should have been here. He was blown up in part 2, but people still wanted him back. I get it. He wasn't here, so in that respect, it's a bit of a disappointment. At number 4, Halloween 2, the remake, Halloween 2. Now, this is a film that I don't really hate either, but it is a movie that gets shit on a lot by people. I mean, they don't see anything good in it. I like some stuff in here. I absolutely love the hospital scene at the very beginning where Laurie is being chased by Michael and there's dead bodies everywhere in the hospital. It's brutal, it's bloody, it's violent, it's vicious. It's some of the most vicious stuff that you've seen Michael Myers do. And it is the only scene that has Michael in his traditional getup with the mask on and everything. It sucks beyond belief that is just a dream, because it's the best part of the movie. Honestly, I could probably just watch that and then shut it off after. And then the rest of the movie does get wonky and crazy with Laurie losing her mind and seeing all of these weird things and just going so far off the deep end. I know she's fucked up, I know she's been through a lot, but I couldn't give a fuck about Laurie in this movie, and that sucks. I more liked Annie, Daniel Harris's character, but of course she gets killed off. There you go. At number 3, Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers, the producer's cut. I like The Curse of Michael Myers, the original one, the theatrical one, the one that's on DVD. But there's a producer's cut that I was only able to watch on YouTube. This was a couple years ago, so I don't know if it's still on there, but I watched it on YouTube because I've heard people talk this version up and how it's so much better. You gotta watch it. It's more violent and gory. So I watched it, and all I saw was a bunch of unneeded, unnecessary backstory bullshit that pissed me the fuck off after I watched it. That I hate this version. You have Michael Myers, who not only kidnaps Jamie, the Daniel Harris character, which is now played by a different actress. They take her, and I guess Michael Myers rapes her over and over again, and that's where the baby comes from. Wow, Michael Myers is a rapist. And people complained about what Rob Zombie did to Michael Myers. At least he didn't rape anybody. And his niece, no less. And the ending, especially when you get to the part where Paul Rudd does some voodoo spell curse on him, and it freezes him, and he doesn't move, and they just get away. And I'm like, my God, get the fuck out of here. That's how you're going to end this. Wow. Wow. And I can't believe people like this. Better. Anyways, at number 2, The Revenge of Michael Myers. I hate this movie with a passion, mostly because even though Michael Myers was never supposed to come back after part 2, they brought him back in part 4, and that film actually works. It's creepy, There's a lot of aspects to it that makes it work. The characters, Dr. Loomis and Daniel Harris, and her sister Rachel. I like a lot of things about Part 4. So when you continue that, you look forward to it, right? Well, they rushed it after only a year, and it was the most jumbled plot. You take the Jamie character, who at the end of the last movie, she snapped, she went crazy, just like Michael, and she killed her stepmother. I believe she killed her. Somebody told me that the mother doesn't die. I always thought she did. And so in this new movie, they put her in this hospital, and she's mute now. She doesn't talk. What happened? You do something so messed up with this character, and this is the payoff. You make her act weird. And then Dr. Loomis is an unlikable, creepy guy, the way he's yelling at her and just shaking her. And I'm like, Loomis, calm the fuck down here. Fuck. And then you had this annoying girl. What the fuck was her name? This annoying girl who... Rachel gets fucking killed in this movie at the very beginning, which is so lame. But what's more lame is that this new girl comes in and pretty much takes her spot and survives the movie. What the fuck? Why does she survive? Why couldn't you have killed her, this annoying bitch, and kept Rachel alive? I'll still, to this day, never forgive them for doing that. And then the way Michael Myers' mask looks, I mean, I know the sequels can never quite get the mask to look like the first movie, but look at this fucking mask with the slick back hair. Like, whose idea was it to slick back Michael Myers' hair? Did he get gel and just slicked his hair back? His fake masked hair? Give me a fucking break. And then the ending where Michael Myers gets put into jail and then breaks out because of the Man in Black. Wow. They really knew what they were doing with this fucking franchise, huh? The only reason why that movie is not number one is because somehow they did even worse. With Halloween Resurrection, wow. Wow, wow. Where do I begin? Let's talk about how in H2O they successfully brought back Jamie Lee Curtis, Laurie Strode, which was very cool, and I loved seeing her back in this and face Michael one last time. That ending especially would have been a perfect cap-off to this franchise. But no. She cuts his head off. But no. It made so much money, let's do a sequel. And let's contrive this bullshit explanation that Michael Myers somehow knew that she was going to cut his head off. So he switched outfits with the paramedic guy and duct tape his mouth so he couldn't say anything. I'm like, how would Michael, who has the brain of a 10-year-old, would have known to do all this? And at the very beginning of this movie, he kills Laurie! If that's not enough to say fuck you to this movie, then once Laurie is out of the picture, we meet this brand new group of characters that you couldn't give a fuck about. They're on this reality show with Tyra Banks and Busta Rhymes! Busta Rhymes, who ends up karate kicking the shit out of Michael Myers outside of a window, kicks his ass, and doesn't die in this movie. Holy shit! Who's the producer that thought that that was going to be a good idea or funny or whatever the fuck reason why they put this in this movie? There's no explanation. There's nothing that you can say to defend a piece of shit move like that. Fuck Halloween Resurrection. Fuck all of these bad Halloween movies, especially because the Michael Myers character is so mysterious, so creepy, and so just scary in his own right, that when he is done right in certain movies, he's great. And it sucks that we have so many bad movies with him in it. Anyways, guys, let me know in the comments below, what do you think of my list, and what's your all-time worst Halloween movie? Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later.